November 13th, 2022. A date that would forever be etched in the memories of the residents of Moscow, Idaho. Moscow, Idaho, a seemingly peaceful town, is about to be shaken to its core. Nestled in the rolling hills of the Palouse region, this small town is known for its tight-knit community and serene landscapes. The University of Idaho, a cornerstone of the town, brings a youthful energy and a sense of security to the area. But on this fateful night, the tranquility that the residents cherished would be shattered in the most unimaginable way. The tranquility of a fall night is shattered as darkness descends, setting the stage for a horrifying crime. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the quiet streets, an eerie stillness settled over the town. The crisp autumn air carried a sense of foreboding, unnoticed by the residents who went about their evening routines, blissfully unaware of the terror that was about to unfold. At a house on King Road, a group of friends, students at the University of Idaho, are settling in, unaware of the evil lurking nearby. The house, a typical student rental, was filled with laughter and the warmth of friendship. Madison Mogan, Kaylee Goncalves, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were enjoying a typical Saturday night, their conversations filled with plans for the future and the excitement of youth. Little did they know, their lives were about to be irrevocably changed. They are about to become victims in a crime that will seize the nation's attention. As the night grew darker, an ominous presence approached the house. The peaceful ambiance of the neighborhood was a stark contrast to the malevolent intentions of the intruder. The events that would transpire within those walls would soon dominate headlines, leaving a nation in shock and a community in mourning. Madison Mogan, Kaylee Goncalves, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. 4 young lives full of promise and potential were cruelly taken away. Their names would become synonymous with a tragedy that highlighted the fragility of life and the darkness that can lurk in the most unexpected places. 4 names forever etched in the annals of true crime. Their story would be recounted in books, documentaries, and news reports, each retelling a somber reminder of the night that changed everything. Memorials sprang up adorned with flowers, candles, and heartfelt messages from those who knew them and those who were touched by their story. They were young, full of life, their futures brimming with promise. Madison, Kaylee, Zana, and Ethan were more than just victims. They were beloved friends, dedicated students, and cherished family members. Their laughter and joy were infectious, their dreams as vast as the Idaho sky. They had plans, aspirations, and a world of opportunities ahead of them, but their dreams, their aspirations would be tragically cut short. The community of Moscow, and indeed the entire nation, would come together to mourn their loss. Candlelight vigils were held and flowers were placed at makeshift memorials, each tribute a testament to the impact these young lives had on those around them. The quaint college town of Moscow, nestled in the Idaho Panhandle, would become synonymous with a crime so horrific, so chilling, that it would leave an indelible mark on its soul. The police presence, once a rare sight, became a constant reminder of the tragedy. The investigation that followed would be exhaustive, as law enforcement worked tirelessly to piece together the events of that night and bring the perpetrator to justice. This is the story of their final hours, the investigation that gripped a nation, and the quest for justice in the face of unimaginable loss. The courtroom would become a battleground for truth, as the families of Madison, Kaylee, Zana, and Ethan sought answers and closure. This is not just a tale of a crime, but a testament to the resilience of a community and the enduring legacy of 4 young lives taken too soon. The victims were more than just names in a news report. They were cherished members of their community, beloved by friends and family alike. Each of them had dreams, aspirations, and a zest for life that was evident to everyone who knew them. They were vibrant individuals with their own unique stories. Their lives were intertwined with the fabric of the college community, contributing to the rich tapestry of experiences and memories that defined their time there. Madison, known as Maddie to her friends, was a bright and bubbly presence, always bringing joy and laughter wherever she went. Her friends often described her as the glue that held their group together, a beacon of positivity and warmth. Always the life of the party, Maddie had a contagious laugh and a smile that could light up a room. She was the kind of person who made everyone feel included and valued, a rare and precious quality that endeared her to many. Kaylee, Maddie's best friend, was known for her kind heart and adventurous spirit. The bond between Maddie and Kaylee was unbreakable, a testament to the deep and enduring friendships that can form during the college years. She loved to travel and experience new things, always eager to embrace life's journey. Kaylee's adventurous nature was matched by her compassion and empathy, qualities that made her a cherished friend and confidant. Zana, with her infectious energy and passion for life, was a force to be reckoned with. Her creativity knew no bounds, and she poured her heart and soul into her art, creating pieces that were as vibrant and dynamic as she was. She was a talented artist and a loyal friend, always there to lend a helping hand. Zana's generosity and willingness to support those around her made her a beloved figure in her community. Ethan, the lone male victim, was known for his quiet demeanor and his dedication to his studies. He was a thoughtful and introspective individual, often found deep in conversation about his latest academic interests or personal projects. He was a promising student with a bright future ahead of him. Ethan's commitment to his education was matched by his kindness and respect for others, qualities that earned him the admiration of his peers and professors alike. He was a true gentleman, always respectful and considerate of others. Ethan's quiet strength and unwavering integrity made him a role model for many, a testament to the positive impact he had on those around him. On that fateful night, these four friends were enjoying a typical Saturday evening, their laughter and conversations filling the air. They were surrounded by the comfort and familiarity of their close-knit group, a circle of trust and camaraderie that had been built over time. Their laughter and conversations filled the air, a testament to the strong bonds they shared. It was a night like any other, filled with the simple joys of friendship and togetherness, a moment of peace and happiness before the storm that was to come. The night of November 12th started like any other Saturday night for the four friends. The air was crisp, and the town was alive with the usual weekend buzz. Students were out and about, enjoying the freedom that comes with the end of a long week of classes and assignments. The streets were filled with laughter and the occasional sound of music spilling out from open windows and doors. Kaylee and Madison got ready together, their excitement palpable as they chose their outfits and applied makeup. They had a ritual of sorts, a bonding moment before heading out, where they would share stories from the week, laugh at inside jokes and hype each other up for the night ahead. At their King Road home, a cozy residence that had seen many such nights of preparation and anticipation. The house, nestled in a quiet residential street, was a sanctuary for the friends, a place where they could unwind and be themselves. Planning a fun night out, they had been looking forward to this all week, and their excitement was infectious. They discussed their plans, deciding which bars to hit and which friends to meet up with. The night held endless possibilities, and they were ready to embrace them all. Music played softly in the background, setting the mood for the evening. It was a mix of their favorite songs, a playlist that had been curated over many nights like this one. The familiar tunes added to the sense of comfort and camaraderie. As they chatted and laughed, sharing stories and dreams, the room was filled with the sound of their voices, a symphony of friendship and joy. They were in their own little world, oblivious to the outside, wrapped up in the moment, unaware that these were their final moments of normalcy. The night seemed perfect, just like any other, but fate had other plans. These moments, so full of life and promise, would soon be overshadowed by an unimaginable tragedy. Meanwhile, Zana and her boyfriend Ethan were at a party at the Sigma Chi fraternity house, a popular spot for students looking to unwind and socialize. The fraternity house was buzzing with activity, the energy of the crowd palpable, enjoying the company of friends. The atmosphere was lively, with music and laughter filling the air. The party was in full swing, and Zana and Ethan were right in the middle of it, surrounded by friends and fellow students. The atmosphere was lively, with music and laughter filling the air. The party was in full swing, and Zana and Ethan were right in the middle of it, surrounded by friends and fellow students. They danced, they laughed, and they enjoyed the carefree moments that college life offered, with music and laughter filling the air. The night was young, and the possibilities seemed endless. They were making memories, unaware that these would be some of their last. As the night wore on, the town began to quiet down. The streets, once bustling with activity, started to empty as students made their way home. The energy of the night slowly gave way to the calm of the early morning hours. Kaylee and Madison headed to a local bar, the Corner Club, a popular student hangout. It was a place they frequented often, a familiar spot where they knew they would run into friends and have a good time. The Corner Club, a popular student hangout. The bar was crowded, filled with students looking to make the most of their Saturday night. The atmosphere was electric, with music playing loudly and people dancing and laughing. They were joined by friends, and the group enjoyed drinks and dancing, the music pulsing through the crowded space. It was a night of celebration, a night to let loose and have fun. And the group enjoyed drinks and dancing, the music pulsing through the crowded space. The energy was infectious, and they were all caught up in the moment, enjoying the freedom and joy that the night brought. The music pulsing through the crowded space. At around 1:30 a.m., the night was still alive with possibilities. But Kaylee and Madison decided it was time to move on to the next part of their night. Kaylee and Madison left the bar, their spirits high from the fun they had. They stepped out into the cool night air, the sounds of the bar fading behind them as they made their way to their next destination, and headed to a nearby food truck, a popular spot for late-night snacks. The food truck was a beacon of light in the dark, a place where students gathered to refuel after a night of partying. Grabbing a late-night bite to eat, They ordered their favorite snacks, laughing and chatting as they waited. The food truck was bustling with activity, a mix of students all looking to satisfy their late-night cravings. Their laughter and conversation could be heard amidst the chatter of other students. It was a scene of camaraderie and joy, a snapshot of college life in its purest form. Amidst the chatter of other students seeking sustenance after a night out. The night was winding down, but the memories they were making would last a lifetime. Seeking sustenance after a night out. Little did they know these moments of joy and laughter would be their last. The night that started with so much promise would end in a way no one could have imagined. By 1:56 a.m., all 4 friends had returned to the King Road house. They settled in for the night, unaware that their every move was being watched, their sanctuary about to be violated. The hours ticked by silently, the darkness outside their home concealing a sinister secret. At 4 a.m., a series of frantic 911 calls shattered the stillness of the early morning. A neighbor reported hearing screams and a possible struggle coming from the King Road house. The operator on duty took the call, their voice calm and steady as they tried to gather information. Minutes stretched into an eternity as police sirens wailed in the distance, breaking the silence of the early morning. The first responders arrived at the King Road house, their hearts pounding with a sense of dread. They had no idea what awaited them inside. The door creaked open, revealing a scene of unimaginable horror. The lifeless bodies of Ethan, Zana, Kaylee, and Madison lay scattered throughout the house, their dreams and futures extinguished in a brutal instant. The officers, hardened professionals, were visibly shaken by the sheer brutality of the crime scene. The investigation into the Idaho College murders began immediately, a race against time to find the person or persons responsible. The small town of Moscow, unaccustomed to such violence, was paralyzed with fear. Who could have committed such a heinous act? The crime scene was a puzzle, each piece of evidence a potential clue to the killer's identity. Every bloodstain, every fingerprint, every hair fiber was meticulously collected and analyzed, hoping to unlock the mystery of that dreadful night. As days turned into weeks, the pressure mounted on the investigators to find the killer and bring justice to the families of the victims. The investigation initially seemed to hit a wall. There were no signs of forced entry, no witnesses, and very few leads. The killer had seemingly vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of devastation and despair. As weeks turned into months, the families of the victims clung to hope, their grief compounded by the lack of answers. The police followed every lead, however small, hoping for a breakthrough. They conducted hundreds of interviews, scoured hours of surveillance footage, and meticulously pieced together the victims' final movements. The pressure was immense, the weight of the case heavy on their shoulders. Rumors and speculation ran rampant in the small town of Moscow. The victims' friends and acquaintances were questioned, their lives turned upside down as they became persons of interest in the investigation. The community, once a place of peace and tranquility, was now gripped by fear and suspicion.